Conference standings and see Milwaukee still out front with Toronto still 3 games back after their win tonight. 3 on the loss side. Indiana with that come-from-behind win over OKC goes ahead of Philadelphia. Boston 2 back on the loss side. Then Brooklyn, Detroit, and Miami with a 3-game cushion in the loss column over Orlando, only 2 over Charlotte. As we head down the stretch, and Washington still trying to stay on that standings board when we show it to you.
That ship on sale, brother.
Yeah, you think?
Yes.
Yeah. Ship on sale.
So make sense of this East, which you say has got you a little bamboozled at this point.
I try to just be honest.
Maybe too difficult a question at
No,
this point.
like,
Okay.
I'm not sure who's going to win the East.
You're wrong, and you know it. Milwaukee's definitely going to win the East.
Oh, well, I don't think you can say definitely going to win the East.
Yeah,
I think
definitely going to win the East.
I think they're probably the favorites.
You talking about regular season or talking about the whole thing?
You talking about the whole thing?
Yeah, I'm talking about playoffs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
Because
Toronto, I don't trust because they have a missing link that's been missing for the last 4 or 5 years.
they got a superstar
Boston,
now.
yeah, it takes more than one superstar. You should know that. That's why you never won. I know what I'm talking about, so just listen to what I'm talking about, okay? This is my opinion. I don't need you interrupting me. Okay, Toronto, I don't trust. Philly, maybe. Indiana's playing well, but they don't have a superstar, so. And anybody else? No. So I see
are you not mentioning Boston as a possibility?
I don't trust them yet either. Because when you have a team with a lot of talent, all it takes is 1 or 2 things, a guy trying to take over the game to throw off the chemistry. Right, Kenny? So,
yeah.
The highlights we just seen with them moving the ball, everybody touching, everybody eating, they look fabulous.
I like Toronto and Milwaukee. I wouldn't say that the reason why I do trust Toronto, I could trust them rather, is because of Kawhi Leonard. I think as great as the player as DeMar DeRozan is, defensively was the reason why they didn't win. They didn't have anyone to slow LeBron down. So with Kawhi Leonard, he can slow Giannis down. He can't stop him. He could slow him down. He can slow Ben Simmons or down if he needs to, or Tobias Harris. He could slow down even a Kyrie Irving at times if he needs to switch off and play. So the ability to slow people down is what I thought was missing from their team, because in key moments, LeBron was able to just take over and no one could slow him down.
Did you say Greek Freak when you were listing off all those guys that he could stop?
Yes, Giannis. Okay. Giannis, he could slow down. He can't stop him, but he could slow him down.
And see, I disagree.
You don't think he can?
Well, of course, no. I think he can a little bit. I think the difference with Toronto is Kawhi. He's a star.
No, that's what I said.
No. When you play with a star,
oh, okay,
he got all the pressure, and that gives everybody else confidence. That's why I think Toronto is better. But I'm looking at these teams.
So DeRozan wasn't a star?
He's an all-star. He's not a superstar. There's a difference. Okay. I think the Philadelphia 76ers got the best team in the Eastern Conference. Because when I look at these teams.
And you know what you're going to have, by the way, not to interrupt, but you know what you're going to have?
What?
You're going to have an Eastern Conference semifinal that you would take for the conference final. Because if it plays out, it's going to be Toronto and Philadelphia in the Eastern Conference semis.
Well, the reason I like Philly is there's nobody on Philly. Like, Giannis has to play great.
You don't think Embiid has to play
Yes, he has to play
in the semis of the Eastern Conference?
I do not. I think
semifinals.
Who's going to score?
He has to.
You gonna let me talk? You gonna let me talk?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I think that Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, Jimmy Butler, J.J. Redick, those guys are all capable. First of all, Embiid is great. Now, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying Giannis has to play great. Like Ben, Tobias, JJ,
I think those guys give you the same thing that Middleton, Bledsoe.
No, they don't. Those guys are better players.
Yeah. Those guys. Maybe Ben Simmons.
You don't think Tobias Harris is just
just as good as Middleton? Yes. I would say they give you the same thing.
And Jimmy Butler, I think they're a little bit better. No disrespect to Chris Middleton.
Okay. All right.
I'm doing some math, so keep talking because I'm looking. The Bucks are 21-6 when Giannis goes for at least 30.
Mm-hmm.
All right. When he does not go for 30, they are 30-11. So does he have to be Does he have to have these huge nights for them to be successful?
For them to win, yes.
Ernie, you have
21-6 when he scores 30 or more.
But that's not Ernie.
When he doesn't score 30, they're 30 and 11.
Ernie,
that's about the same
Ernie,
percentage.
Playoffs is a different
That's
monster.
playing against inferior teams some nights. That's why when you're a great player, your numbers should go up in the playoffs, because you like that's when you really show who you are. Like anybody can go on a play against a crappy team in the middle of the season and get the numbers, but when you're playing against the elite teams,
gotta focus
in the first round, second round, game to game, because you know this, and Shaq know this. These NBA team coaches are so good. Stuff that you work on in game 1 is not going to work in game 2. In game 3, I give an example. Me and Kenny were scouting Duke tonight, watching Zion come back, because we're getting ready. Because this is our last NBA night. I have no idea, and I don't understand why all them college coaches don't play a zone against Duke. Like, you can't play them man for man and let them get up and down the court. I think the only way you're going to beat Duke in March Madness is play a zone or slow the game down a little bit.
There we go. A heck of a speech. Hey, we've got something on Instagram, correct? Adidas Hoops hooked it up. Couldn't wait to show off my new Captain Marvel X Ace kicks.
22s?
More to come soon, but in the meantime, I'm sending out a few early pair to some friends, so be on the lookout.
Size of those.
Thank you, Candace.
Wow.
Candace Parker, thank you very, very much. Yeah,
Thank you, Candace Parker.
these are the first 6 pair that have gone
What
out.
size are those?
Man,
Got those, and I like that on the back. Look at
what
this.
size?
that's very nice.
Candace, my neighbor. You're doing your thing
We're
there,
15.
neighbor.
15, yeah.
You don't wear a 15,
Yes, I
right?
do wear a 15.
He wears a size
Yeah,
15.
without question.
My bad, big dog, Ernie.
Ernie got small feet.
Thank you, Candace Parker. Look forward to working with you during March Madness.
Yes.
What you got, Matt?
Yeah,
That's my neighbor, you know that?
very nice.
Anybody got size?
I need a couple sugars, Candace.
Anybody in the studio got size 9.5? Eric, you got 9.5?
Let me give it to him.
You got 9.5?
Got 2 for Chuck right now.
Anybody wear 9.5?
Wow.
What is that?
Those are those honey buns.
Those honey buns?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
He needs a little.
Nobody got a
glaze.
9.5 in there.
I think that white glaze. I like that. I don't know.
No, babe, the white glaze is the greatest thing ever.
Oh no, that looks like straight.
You've got a microwave anywhere near you. You might want to pop those bad boys in there.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you.